This is Top Shop Podcast.
Shop Podcast.
Top Shop Podcast.
Podcast for automotive service business owners by Paul Donahue.
Hey, Top Shop Podcast listeners. I got Darren Thompson here. So he is second generation, and he's in beautiful Spring Hill, Kansas. So he has been owner 7 years, but 20 years in the business. So Jim and Teresa, hence J&T Auto Service. That's his mom and his dad. So they had started the shop back in 2004. And Darren has had it for 7 years now. So, one of the questions I always ask in all my podcasts is, what kind of financial advice can you give to some other owners? And Darren and I were just chatting before I hit the record button. And so, Darren, tell us about your experience and your wise decision to make sure that your accountant did not have access to any of your bank accounts.
We got into the relationship with this new accountant, and everything looked real good, but we didn't have a long relationship, so we didn't hand them the keys to just have full access to everything. So we didn't make ourselves vulnerable till we had more time and a relationship and trust built up.
Right.
Luckily, we did move into the relationship with our accountant slowly because there were some accusations of wrongdoing. So before we were hanging ourselves out there and making ourselves vulnerable, we found out about it. We were protected and able to jump ship without any wounds.
Yeah. And the allegations were pretty clear because the what was sales tax or payroll tax?
Withholding payroll tax, not sending them into the government.
Then in the government, and then the businesses found out about this later. So I don't know.
Still had to pay some money out of their own pocket.
Oh yeah. Oh gee.
To cover those. Yeah. I talked to some of the other owners. It was not a good deal.
Wow. So really good advice there on finances. No shop is going to make it long term without solid financial advice. So personally, with our business, Sheila and I allow no one access to our accounts at any time for any reason whatsoever. Because you wouldn't believe the stories in the podcasts I've done where, we were embezzled over $1.5 million. It was it was usually family.
Yeah.
At another location or something like that. I've heard a lot of different stories where, and unfortunately, it tended to be a lot of them. It tended to be family, where they found out later, much to their dismay. So, just a warning there, shop owners. Keep a tight rein on those bank accounts. Don't let anybody have access to them that you're not 100% confident with. So, and sometimes that means family. The owner just needs to keep the control of that area. But Darren, so tell me about how you got here. So you grew up in a shop, so different owners have different stories. But a lot of I just got off a podcast with somebody earlier this morning, and neither one of his children decided to take over the shop. So how did you? I would imagine you were in the shop at a pretty young age.
Quite the opposite.
Okay.
I did not grow up helping my dad, handing him wrenches or the flashlight.
Oh, wow.
I actually pursued graphic design.
Design.
I had visions of designing greeting cards for Hallmark.
All right. That's a big difference.
Well, I've still used some of that in my today career, but there was a lot of distractions after leaving the home I grew up in with college and life experiences. And I needed to hit the reset button, come home and reflect on my future and what the plan was. So I just came to work at my dad's one-man shop just to make some money and restart. Found out I love working with my hands and solving a completely different problem every single day. So that wasn't until my early 20s when I first got introduced into the automotive industry. Before that, I'd put gas in my car. That's it.
Wow.
Never changed oil, brakes, nothing.
That's a really different story.
Yeah. My dad obviously had decades at like the Cadillac dealership And when he finally got the courage to open his own shop, it was started out very modest with a few friends and family.
Right.
He had all the mechanical knowledge and the business sense. I just came home from college and started trying to pad that client base, and we just got into the right community, the right market, and flourished. Coming into that, me not having any background in automotive,
Mm-hmm.
but waiting tables, I was easily growing the client base, which was necessary, especially at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So yeah, that's a that I wasn't expecting that story. So hey, were there any challenges when you took over 7 years ago? Or usually when I ask somebody when they take over a shop, usually in the beginning there's some, they run into some challenges. So was there any serious challenges that you ran into?
Um, Age, just being
Oh,
younger,
okay.
becoming the owner in my 30s, I
Right.
had
Okay.
a lot of staff that was older than me.
Right. Okay.
So there were some challenges of, taking direction or having the team lead being younger. So I just had to maybe do a little more to earn the trust of my team
Mm-hmm.
just because of my age. But
Right.
I think through action and my leadership style, I quickly gained their trust and confidence.
Okay.
And they all fell in line, got behind me, and we all were successful together then.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So that you would say that was one of your bigger challenges. So your dad was able to show you the whole system, how the shop worked, shop soft management software program, reviews, all that stuff. He kind of went over all that.
Uh,
Yeah. Or
in My dad had a great successful way of business that worked 25 years ago.
years ago. Right, right. Okay.
He
Yeah.
did not adapt to today's market.
Okay. Which is pretty common. If
Right.
you go to Vision, right?
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
have been going to Vision for over 15 years.
This will be my third year. So because we're kind of
Yeah.
new to Vision. But half 2024 was my first year at Vision. So we got the attendee list and we went through all the owners. Half of them don't have a website.
Yeah.
And I tell that
Or
to
worrying
people, and they're
about
like, there's
Facebook
like no way.
reviews
And I'm
or
like, nope, they don't have a digital presence whatsoever. So the other shop in town that does have a digital presence and is keeping up with AI and AEO is going to dominate their market, and they get the first time customers. So, but some of the shop owners don't want any more customers. They've got, they're happy where they're at, and they really didn't want to grow. Now your shop, you've got a pretty good sized shop, right? How many bays do you have?
7 bays,
7 bays. That's a big one. That's a big shop. 7 bays. And how many techs?
four,
How many people altogether work in the shop?
9.
9. Okay, so it's a good size because most is 4 to 7. So you're 9 employees altogether. So back before, if I would have went to your dad and said, "How's your culture?" He probably would have said, "I don't eat yogurt."
Yeah. He said,
Right?
well, they get a paycheck.
But today it's really important. And Darren, it sounds like that you've developed a culture within your shop because the culture comes from the leader. So and it's important in today's shops. We don't want to lose techs to competitors. There's a huge shortage of technicians right now. So do you have any tips or advice on how you've created a good shop culture with your team?
Absolutely. For the past 20 years, it's been a challenge to recruit new talent.
Hmm.
Um, a lot of guys, a lot of owners I saw were afraid to open up their pocketbook. Well, I can't pay a technician $100,000 a year.
Hmm.
Yes, you can. All my $100,000 guys are creating $400,000 of revenue. So if you work that equation backwards, you're surprised at what you can actually afford.
Right,
Was the
right.
big problem. But then also realizing a lot of the younger talent coming in wasn't motivated just by their paycheck. They wanted to know there was camaraderie. We were helping each other. A lot of them said, well, at the dealership, it was cutthroat mentality. The veterans got all
Oh,
the
really?
gravy work. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we really wanted to focus on the culture. not just the pay and what's my hourly rate so I can hire more expensive people, because I didn't have to attract them with just more money necessarily. It's I want a boss that's helpful and gives good direction and sets the expectation, and um, just even the break room, having listening to the staff. If
Hmm.
we need to add a race car simulator, a pool table, listen
Okay.
to them. If we need to always have the fridge stocked with Red Bull,
There you go.
it's not just the pot of Folgers there that
Right,
my
right.
dad had for 30 years, just
Okay.
adapting like that.
Right, 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 right. Yeah.
People are a big thing is just time off instead of pay. It's just really listening to the people that you're interviewing. Be different than all the other shops. I would just ask my interviewees, what does it take to get you in the door? How much money do you want? And then I'll figure out how to afford it. So
Okay.
just
You go
really
back.
thinking outside the box and doing things completely different. I had good luck asking the tool truck guys, whether it was Snap-on, Cornwell, Matco, Mac. They were a good insight at these other shops based on what kind of tools they were buying. What was their general demeanor on the tool truck? Or that was a real good untapped resource, the tool trucks. Um, Other than that, the next big thing was once we started to develop the culture, word spread uh,
Okay.
through in the industry as we started getting more accolades, like our shop got Technician of the Year. We just won Shop of the Year for the whole KC metro area.
Okay. Hold on. Shop of the year okay.
Yeah.
Of the year. Okay. Okay.
And a lot of technicians started hearing that and go, well, what are they doing over there at J&T? Why are they winning all these awards? Maybe I want to be a part of that team. Investing in the newest technology has attracted a lot of these young, hungry guys. Air conditioned shop and always buy tools. They like playing with the newest, latest stuff.
Okay.
So just keeping your thumb on the pulse of what these young new guys are looking for and
Hmm.
adapt. If it's more time off, if my guy only wants to work 3 days a week, 4 days a week, that's fine. What's the expectation of production? Um, and maybe I add more technicians, but they all work 30 hours a week instead of 40.
Hmm.
Just think outside the box, be creative. If you keep doing the same thing over and over and it's not working, try something different.
Right. Yeah. There's that old saying about the insanity, right?
You got
So,
it.
so you do a lot of things like internally for to maintain a good culture, listening to your employees, giving them time off when they need it. You've got a great modern break room area for them. Do you do any kind of lunches or weekly stuff together, or do you do any of that stuff, or
Not on a scheduled routine,
just every now and
but
then? Yeah.
whenever there's an opportunity, if we cater in, like a fajita buffet
Right. There you go.
or grill steaks. Hey, we hit our monthly sales goal. Everybody's getting ribeyes on Wednesday for lunch. How do
Okay.
you like yours cooked?
Right. Okay.
Haul off all our scrap metal and say, hey, we're all going to go to the local burger joint and take everybody out to eat. Things like that, just to give back. Say thank you.
Awesome, awesome. So let's talk about techs because anytime you get near more than I think two auto repair shop owners, the
Mhm.
subject of the shortage of techs comes up. So uh, different shops are taking different approaches to this. So the one I hear the most common, I'll let you know. But I'm just wondering, and it's a question I ask in every podcast: how are you finding, hiring, and retaining good techs?
Mhm. I like to first the ones I got, they're great. We
Okay.
have an amazing team. So in this cutthroat industry where it's hard to find people, I got to keep the ones I have happy.
Mm.
So
Yep.
if they do good, I may have somebody that gets 5 raises in 1 year. You have to immediately take care of them because other people are trying to headhunt them and
Right.
come get them and take them right out from underneath you. So
Right.
make sure you keep the people you have happy.
Right.
I touch base with them, like, just how's life? How's things at home?
Right.
Your kid was sick yesterday. You took a day off. Like, everybody back on the mend? You doing all right?
Right.
Just check in with them. Don't just assume everything's okay. Um, they may be on the tool truck getting recruited to go somewhere else.
Right.
Finding new talent, again, is the tool trucks have been helpful. Buddies in the industry. Well, I got a friend I used to work with. A helpful tip when you do get a candidate in your door or for a phone interview,
Mhm.
ask them who the smartest tech they know is.
Hmm.
You want to interview them as a reference? Well, now you have the other person's phone number, contact information as well for a really good tech. So
Oh,
even if the person you're interviewing doesn't work, you just got the phone number to the smartest tech they know,
wow. That's a good tip. That's a really
right?
good tip. Yeah. That's an
Um,
excellent tip.
and you can ask them that reference. What do you like about where you're working? What keeps you happy and there? So you're not even trying to steal them necessarily, but getting that intel and that data of why they're staying where they're at.
Hmm.
It help you at your shop take care of the people you got.
Yep.
Those have been some really good, helpful things that have really fixed the drought on applicants. It was 15 years of just having an empty file in the cabinet of no applications.
Wow.
And now they're pouring in, and I try to even pass some along to colleagues. Like, hey, I just don't have a spot for this great candidate. Here, do you want it? Help
Well,
them with their colleagues in the industry.
that I don't hear that very often, but I think this is going back to culture because all of the shops that I've spoken to that have a really good, strong shop culture, let me look into my crystal ball. You've had people walk in your shop, good techs, and say, "Are you hiring? I heard this is a good place to work." Have you had that happen, Darren?
Yes, sir.
Yep, I already know it
Yeah.
because the parts delivery people, the tools guys, they all hear the conversations. They see what's going on in a shop.
Mhm.
And that gets around out into the community. So that's why a lot of shop owners, oh, I like culture. I fix cars. Well, culture is really important because if you want to really keep the good technicians, and then you want technicians instead of being, I can't find a tech. I can't find a tech. I can't find a tech. Well, the really, really good shops that have developed a good culture that reward, it doesn't come right away. It takes time, but
Yeah.
they get rewarded by people just walking in the door saying, "Hey, you know what? I've heard this is a good place to work. I'm really not happy where I'm at right now. Can we talk?" So and I already knew that you've had people just walk in your door because what you described about your shop culture and how it's important to you. So now, are you doing any kind of outreach? Because one of the things I do hear from owners is we've got to get out in the community. We got to get to the trade schools. We got to get to the high schools and let these kids know that, you know, AIC Master Tech's 150 grand. It's and 300,000 deficit and so which means job security. But we've got air conditioning and plumbing and heating and electrical and all the other trades that are out after these same people.
Mhm.
Are you doing anything at all like with community outreach to try to um, see if you can find people that can come in and sweep floors and then change tires and then so tell me about that.
Yes.
I know that you're already there. I already know the
Oh,
answer to
yeah.
the question. Go ahead,
That's
tell me about
actually
it.
the community involvement
Uh-huh.
is how we won Shop of the Year. It
Okay.
wasn't because of our ARO or our net sales or how many parts we ordered from this vendor. It was specifically because of our community involvement.
Okay, because of community.
That community involvement is twofold. It's not just beneficial for advertising and getting customers in, it's a dual tool. It's also recruiting. If young people are thinking about getting into the industry, maybe they want to do an internship. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
maybe they want to just come shadow for a day. I go to the high school about 4 times a year here in our
That's four
town.
times a year. Okay,
Yeah,
wow.
they
Okay.
are developing an automotive program. So we
Okay.
work directly. with the advisor over there and the teacher. And we talk to the students. We go do some hands-on training. We donate a lot of tools for their program to really
Mhm.
engage the kids, spark some interest.
Wow.
That's at the high school. There's a university, Pittsburgh State University, that's down in the southeast corner of Kansas,
Mhm.
that we're on the advisory board. That
Okay.
again, we go down 4 or 5 times a year, talk to the students in the classroom. They've got service advisors, they have, technicians. Again, real hands-on in the program. We are helping those kids tell them what we're seeing at our shop. So the kids and the program is focusing on what they need to do for today's automotive industry. Make sure they're not teaching them how to just, tune a carburetor. No, we're working on direct injection and much more complicated things now.
Right. Yep. Yeah. It's not auto mechanics anymore. It's technicians. As soon as the computers started entering cars, that's when the transition really took place from auto mechanic to auto technician. So auto technicians are, the whole. Uh, I don't know about the general population, but the whole opinion or how people see auto technicians should be changing because it's not turning wrenches. You have to be computer savvy. You have to know what you're doing. ADAS systems, all this stuff.
Absolutely.
Um, to get out there and like what you're doing in the community and shop of the year, then that's the reason that you got it. So you're doing all of the things that I hear shops doing that have zero problems with techs and employees.
No, these kids, they see me
Surprise, surprise.
in
Right.
that classroom down there at Pittsburgh State. And yeah, they're just flocking to me, whether it's when I'm down there or we're an hour and a half away up here.
Right.
Those students are driving up here with no appointment. And like you said, coming in the door and go, I want to be a part of your team. You're on the cutting edge and you're pushing and driving for the best. We want to be a part of that elite auto repair shop.
And that's what it's all about is cutting edge, because that's the industry that I'm in. We're in the age of AI and AEO. And we still have the largest companies in the digital space that are still putting shops in templates.
Mhm.
So because they sell a CRM or a DVI or a shop soft management program, and they're just trying to, provide as much value as they can, and they say, "Oh, we'll just give you a website." Well, it's not working in today's world. Google's looking for certain signals. It's got, and 10% of all the searches now have AI at the top, and that was last year. So what's it going to be this year? So those are the trends in my area. What are the trends in your area? Where do you think? I mean, so the EVs popped in and the hybrids, and we've got my hope for the future is hydrogen.
Mhm.
We can't figure out how to transfer it and store it, and because it's very explosive. But
We are doing things like paying attention to the future. What's our plan in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? And we know that the EV world is growing
right.
rapidly.
Hmm.
So we have recently invested in a brand new $10,000 EV battery lift table.
Oh, okay.
Um, we're looking at an expansion of adding 3 more bays, one of those bays being a dedicated EV work bay.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I've already talked to a client to put in, a couple of EV charging stations out in our parking lot. So even before they're calling us, they're just driving down the road, and these Teslas and the other ones are just
Hmm.
seeing we have charging stations. It advertises them like, oh, J&T must work on EVs. I can go there.
Right.
Getting the word out. We're also in a more rural community. Half of our clientele is like on gravel roads, farmers.
Okay.
So we do still get a lot of diesel work as well.
Oh, diesel. Okay.
A lot higher percentage than, some of our other competitors around.
Hmm.
So just paying attention to our market, which way it's shifting. If that means I'm already investing in specialty EV tools, whether that be the PPE or hand tools, whatever, just anticipating that growth. Be ready for it. We want to be proactive, not reactive.
Yeah, I mean, I know this is just conjecture, but I mean, where do you think it's going to go in the next 5, 10, 20 years? Do you think we're going to go all battery? Do you think it's going to be mostly, do you think we'll solve the hydrogen issue? Do you think, I know it's just guesswork, but
Yeah,
yeah, do you
I,
think that the hybrid will continue to expand and evolve? I mean, what do you think?
a lot of our drivers are gonna catch up with the changes. Like my dad is not going to be the first one to jump in an EV.
Right,
Uh,
right.
so it'll be a transition over time. I like what hydrogen's bringing to the table. Uh,
Hmm.
the EV technology continues to improve. The batteries are getting better. The range is getting farther. We're going to have some alternative means of transportation besides just our, internal combustion engines. That those
Right.
resources are going to run out.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, now, as far how long does that take before we transition to completely EV hydrogen? Depends a lot on who the president is. Lots of
Correct.
variables.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Right.
I know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of how fast.
Hmm. So, how about right to repair? Anything, any that's a pretty hot topic now. John Deere's really brought this into the forefront. Um,
Stellantis, Caterpillar, a
yeah,
lot of them
yeah.
are making you jump through some extra hoops or go through some additional hurdles to even communicate with the vehicle. Um, but a lot of my clients, I've had help educating them. A lot of my clients don't have the same manufacturer across their whole fleet. So they don't
Hmm.
like going, mom, dad, 2 kids. They don't want to go to 4 different dealerships. If I'm a one-stop shop and I can take care of their whole fleet, that looks really good to most of my clients.
Hmm.
Um, if they have all Fords and they only want to go to the Ford dealership, how do I get them here? Well, keep the money local. The money here goes back into your kids' schools, the
Right.
roads you're driving on, maybe the sales tax and stuff that's generated through this commercial business will ease the burden on your residential taxes.
Hmm.
So a lot of those things are attractive to my local clients. But yeah, we just keep up with the subscriptions on things like for us, Stellantis. So every time we want to talk to a Chrysler, there's a new subscription that we have to pay for. And I imagine there'll be more manufacturers that jump on that bandwagon. If it's
Hmm.
Toyota, BMW, Chevy, I imagine more will start doing it. And we just adapt.
Okay.
As our overhead goes up, the hourly rates are going to have to go up to
Hmm.
adjust.
To adjust, right?
Um, and we got to make sure the client still feels good about the service that we're providing.
Okay.
And DVI has helped with that tremendously.
Tremendously, yeah. So obviously your dad wasn't doing DVI,
No,
right? No. Right.
the day we went to introduce DVI,
Uh,
he said, I'm out. I'm
oh,
not learning
wow.
anything
Okay.
new. I'm
That's
tapped
it.
out.
That's
I
it.
said, okay, I'm
Okay.
going to run with this. This is the wave of the
Yeah.
future.
It's super profitable. All shops that are utilizing DVI are seeing an increase in sales. The consumer likes it. Everybody likes it. In fact, I have seen a shift, and I'd like to see if we can get some sort of research on this. But in the 90s, the distrust was with the independent shop owner. Oh, one of those.
Hmm.
Yeah. But the dealership, oh, well, I can trust my dealer. Man, that's flipped.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people, they don't trust dealers anymore. Me, one of them. I won't go near one I drive German cars, but I will not go near the dealer.
sure.
Do you see, are you seeing that in your, and one of the things that's really helped is reviews,
Hmm.
through Google reviews. So it's really, really helped the independent shop and the consumer get over that distrust. So we've had over a decade of reviews with Google. So it's really, really helped a lot. So I really think that there has been a shift in the general population that where they actually trust the individual auto repair shop owner because they can come in and talk to you. They can talk to, they know who they are. When you go to a dealer, you just drop off the card with some guy and they take your
Your
key,
number.
your number, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We see here in the Midwest, you have a small, grocery store,
mhm,
family owned, whatever, and then there's going to be a big Walmart come in. Well,
mhm.
this mom and pop grocery store can't compete with Walmart
No,
and their prices. So how do you differentiate yourself? Well, we want to be the best shop, not the cheapest shop. And
correct.
we've really tried to educate the staff and the client of that business model.
Hmm.
So the dealerships really become not a competitor for us.
Awesome. Yep. So you don't
They
even
only
consider
know how to
our
work on,
competition.
yeah,
Yep. Wow. That's great. That's awesome. I was going to ask, how do you approach competition in the industry? Do you see it as a threat or an opportunity? So you do not see the dealers as a threat at all because of your reputation and because of the work that you've done in your community. And the dealerships don't do that.
I don't want to try to compete with them. They're bigger, they got
Yep.
deeper pockets.
Yep.
So I'm different. I'm not,
Hmm.
just trying to be the best shop, not the cheapest, or I only do alignments or only do, oil changes. Like, no, I'll work on all cars. I can take care of your whole fleet, and you still get that good family experience where our kids are on the same baseball team together. I see you at the local grocery store. I'm invested in this community.
Right. Yeah.
My whole staff is, and it's been a great business plan.
Yeah, it sounds like you're really growing, and the values, the core values that are shaping your business. That's one of the questions I usually ask. What are the core values and guiding principles that has contributed to your success? So it's and you're giving me us. I think you've already answered that question. It's your involvement with the community, and you got Shop of the Year. So that kind of speaks volumes.
We're very proud of that.
Yeah,
We weren't didn't set out to compete in that. Um, it's important to us to be invested in this community. We live here too. This is our community.
that's right. Yeah.
And the client's been given to us. If we can give back, like we have a teen car care clump coming up
Hmm.
where kids come in and learn how to just change their tire or jump start a car, how to check their oil. And there's lots of door prizes and snacks. We have a police officer come in and say, what do you do if you're in an accident? Like pull off to the side of the road, call the police, then call your parents. We're just big on community here. Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah. Well, Shop of the Year in your community says it all. So, Darren, you run a busy shop, so you've given fantastic advice. I know that the podcasts are normally, about audio, but I don't really care about the audio. It's the video. So, getting this recorded like this and being able to, get this out to other shop owners is invaluable. And you taking your valuable time out of running a busy shop to be on the show, we really appreciate it a lot. So,
Yeah.
are you
Thank
going
you
to
for
Vision?
having me.
Are you going to go to Vision this year?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Do me a favor, stop on the floor and say hello. And,
Definitely.
I'll get a picture with you so we can put it on, and then I'll give you a copy of my book,
Shoot, yeah.
The Ultimate SEO Guide for Automotive Service Businesses. I think your sister has already, she's been on our website quite a bit, and I think she's been in a couple of the workshops that I produced. So,
We will both be at Vision.
oh, you both will. Okay, well,
Oh,
great.
and my whole team, like it's the best thing, and it's right here in our backyard.
Yeah, yep, just right down the road from you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, any other shop owners, if you don't know what Vision, it's visionkc.com. Yeah, visionkc.com. Largest automotive repair show in North America that's specific to auto repair. It's not SEMA. It's in the heartland of the U.S. in the God's country. It's not in Vegas. So there's a reason that Sherry Hamilton put it in the middle of the country. So anyway, so I look forward to seeing you there. Stop by, and thanks again, Darren, for your time.
Yeah. Thank you, Paul.
All right.
For additional automotive resources and exclusive content, follow us on Spotify and subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our episodes. Thanks again for joining us in the driver's seat, and we'll see you next time for another thrilling episode of Top Shop.